Hi guys, and welcome. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about July 2022, what it brings, the opportunities, and maybe the downfalls. So July is a month that has a little bit of everything, pretty much. So we have very good opportunities, but we also have like so much going on that there can be a sense of overwhelming. It's a month that is like a crazy change activator, brings a lot of events acceleration, like a lot of events happening at the same time. And it's like an accelerator of situations that we thought that were going to take more time. And it's like, no, it's now, go, go, go. It's the time. And there's so many things happening, and you're sort of like, okay, give me a breather. I'm still like processing what happened last month or 2 months ago. So please let me just process. But life is like, no time to process. Now you have a lot more things happening. So it's very fun. It's very exciting, especially at the end of the month. But let's get to that. So July starts with a situation that can be a little tense, a little uncomfortable, but it's also very good because it let us know where should I focus my attention on long term? What is going to be beneficial for me long term? Why? Because Saturn is involved in all the configurations that are happening between the end of June, beginning of July. So it's like we're getting a clear sense of what is going to give us fruits long term and what isn't. And July, to be honest with you, is a month where fruits and where like everything that is valuable to us, it's going to be extremely important. We're going to realize what truly is valuable to us and what isn't. And why should we not put our attention in something that is not going to give us fruits long term, right? So let's go to the full moon in Capricorn that takes place the 13th of July. After the 13th, we have a little bit of like a climax, especially because this full moon in Capricorn can be a little uncomfortable. It takes place hand in hand with Pluto. Pluto is the king of the underworld. So we know that with this full moon, a lot of shadows are going to be coming out to light. Every full moon that we've had in Capricorn, hand in hand to Pluto, is a full moon that expresses out a lot of dark situations that have to do with corruption, that have to do with situations that were undercover, that have to do with governments, big companies, big enterprises, a lot of things that have to do with money, financial issues, lots of companies going bankrupt. It can definitely be something like that. But it's also a very good time to realize what has potential long-term and what doesn't. It's a full moon of finales because it's the full moon in Capricorn that is going to take place next to Pluto. So there's a sense of finalizing something, finalizing a chapter. Lots of companies finalizing processes that they have been going through. So this can happen in an individual level as a finale in a company. A lot of people changing jobs, having new opportunities, like closing a chapter in a place that maybe they had been working on forever. And it's like, all right, it's a new chapter. It's a new door that it's opening up for me. So there's this sense in July of a new door opening up for a lot of people. It's like we're crossing a gateway because we're closing a door to the past and we're opening a door to the future. And this is exactly what the end of July is bringing. So more about this full moon. This full moon, there's this sense of having to close or finish a situation of the past. It can be in terms of job situations. It can be in terms with family, like family situations arriving to a climax, and it's like, okay, I cannot take this situation anymore. Or on the other end, there can be a healing to a situation that has been going on that was a little uncomfortable for a while. So, but the situation is that we're closing a door so that we can open a new one. And this has to do with things that we have been sort of like having in our backs for a very, very long time. And now it's like, okay, it hurts, but I can finally move on. Like I can finally sort of like surrender. I can finally breathe, or I can finally see a situation from a new perspective. It's like opening up to new opportunities. And a lot of people will be closing a cycle with their family members in a house situation, in housing, and in their jobs for sure. Collectively, this full moon in Capricorn is going to like open up, what is this expression? Like when you open up a can of worms, yeah, like you open up some things that, wow, they were hidden. We didn't know they were there, but now it's like, wow, it opens up a bomb pretty much. And we're like, how do we deal with this now? Definitely financially, there's going to be a lot of new rules, a lot of situations. Let's move on to the end of July, because I feel that what happens at the end of July, we're going to be feeling it a lot, starting with this full moon in Capricorn, that it's going to highlight a lot of financial difficulties for some people and a lot of financial gains for other people. But it's definitely the warning of like some sort of financial crisis that I feel that we all know that it's coming. But to be honest with you, I love crisis. I feel that whatever crisis financially is coming, it's going to be a beautiful bloom of opportunities for a lot of people. So I'm always extremely positive about it. Anyway, so something to really highlight, and it's literally the reason why I'm doing this video, is about the Mars, Uranus, and North Node conjunction in Taurus. Starting the 5th of July in crescendo, we're going to be connecting a lot with the energy of Taurus. It's not so much like, oh, I love Taurus. Taurus is about pleasure, fun, excitement. It's about being safe, being abundant, being comfortable, having so much pleasure, so much beauty. Yes, it's true. That is Taurus. But having Mars, which is the warrior energy, the battlefield, and Uranus, which is the the lightning bolt, like the rebel, the activator, the awakener. Whatever's going to happen is going to get us out of our comfort zone, and it's going to make us shift whatever vision we had of Taurus in our lives. Whoever has Taurus energy are going to feel this a lot more. Either if you have Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius, you're going to be feeling this energy a lot more. But let's get to it. So between the 26th of July and August 1st, we're going to have the North Node, Mars, and Uranus conjunction. We're going to start feeling it ever since Mars enters Taurus, which is July 5th. And like closer to this full moon in Capricorn, there's going to be like this opening of opening this can of worms. Sorry. And we're going to be opening ourselves up to new opportunities, to new situations, closing the past, and really understanding what this future is all about. Because really, the North Node, it's like the main character of this conjunction, of this Uranus, of this triple conjunction of Mars and Uranus, because Mars and Uranus have been uniting in Taurus once every 2 years, ever since 2018 that Uranus entered Taurus. But the difference now is that we have the North Node, and the North Node is like a gateway. It's the head of the dragon in Vedic astrology. And it's about being super hungry and super thirsty for the Taurus knowledge. So whatever is in Taurus is going to open up the mouth of the dragon, or the portal, however you want to call it. And it's going to be an opening for new experiences that are being highlighted and motivated by Mars symbols going through Uranus and the North Node, because wherever Mars is an energy activator. So Uranus is going through the North Node, which is like this mouth of the dragon, or this portal, this door, this gateway. And it's like Uranus's energy has to do a lot with awakening, radical shifts, changes, like 180-degree shifts. So we know that we are preparing to understand life from 180-degree purpose, because Taurus is the energy of life, is the energy of our basis, our sustenance, our resources, our financial resources for sure, Earth's resources, and everything that gives us a sense of being safe, being stable, being secure, and knowing that we can sustain and support ourselves. So by having Uranus going through the North Node in Taurus, it's like, all right, radical shifts, radical experiences, like experiences that bring this sense of awakening, like things that we were not like, wow, I thought this was going to take so much longer, because Mars connecting with Uranus and the North Node at the same time means that it's an acceleration of events. Mars is like the engine, it's the fuel. So it brings us a sense of whatever it's going to happen, it's going to feel very accelerated, and it's coming with no brakes whatsoever. So it's almost like we're going to be going through a lot that it would take us a lot of time to process that, especially because this year we've had eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio, and we are going through like energy activators in Taurus and Scorpio, which is where the nodes of karma are. It's why we've had eclipses in Scorpio and Taurus, and why in October and November we're going to be having an eclipse in Taurus and in Scorpio. So this is almost like a preparation for all the eclipses, and it's like, all right, go now, it has to happen now. And it's like this massive push for evolution. Things that we can be seeing with this triple conjunction is definitely new experiences, situations that we've never experienced before. And it's literally because we are ready. And something I like to talk about and explain is that Taurus has to do with value and what we value. And having all this lightning bolt and this sort of like explosion in the energy of Taurus, apart from shaking Earth's magnetic field and shaking Earth's grounds a lot, it also has to do with having the sense of stampede into our lives, like so many events, so many situations that we need to integrate in order to evolve. And it's showing us a path that we haven't yet seen. It's something that is unseen. We've never done anything like this. Maybe we thought about it, contemplated it at some point, especially close to the 30th of April, maybe like a month before. But now it's like, wow, I never thought that I would see myself in this situation. And it's very new experiences that are beautiful for our evolution. Let's try to not judge that, because whatever's going to be happening, it's for our highest purpose. And it's so that we learn to value Earth, so that we learn to value our own energies. Because Taurus and the North Node in Taurus is teaching us how to give value to things that we didn't value before. So we're all learning about self-esteem. We're all learning to love ourselves. We're all learning to value a connection, to value ourselves, value our talents, what can give us nurture, what can give us sustain, what can give us support and abundance. So it's literally this North Node in Taurus and this energy activator of Mars and Uranus and the North Node in Taurus are going to teach us how to value whatever we didn't value before, whatever we thought that was not important for us before. So as humans, if we were not valuing Earth, situations are going to happen so that we learn to value Earth. As humans, maybe we were not valuing food. Maybe we were not valuing crops. So situations are going to happen that are going to get us in a lack of food or lack of crops, so that we learn to value it. Because the purpose of all these activations is that we learn to give value to situations that we were not giving it, so that we can enjoy it a lot more, and we can feel more pleasure of being alive. But if we don't value this life, if we don't value this incarnation, then we're going to have to learn to value it. And life is going to put you in a situation, and all these energy is going to put you in a situation so that you learn to give value, so that you can enjoy your experience as a human on Earth a lot more. So the situations that we can see have to do a lot with organized corporate stock manipulation, crazy weather, like for example, I mean, this is an example, but snow in July, like crazy things that we were not expecting. Then we're going to be having food experimentation, like a lot of genetically modified fruits or foods, because there's a lack of meat, or there's some sort of sicknesses with cows or with birds, or some like little situations like that are going to get us to value animals, which is also Taurus, to value crops, to value foods. Then we're going to be seeing most likely government controlling food supplies because of the tension that this conjunction has to Saturn, which is regulations, limitations, Saturn is government too, wanting to control the situation. This has also to do a lot with cryptocurrency and the government wanting to control it and regulate it. But to be honest with you, I feel that it's not the end of cryptocurrency at all, but it is like a new beginning for cryptocurrency. So I do see it crashing a lot, like going like a lot of situations happening, but I do feel that it needs to stabilize a lot more, and that is going to happen thanks to government regulation or some sort of government control. Then we're going to be seeing a lot of artificial nature, like planting trees in the middle of nowhere, like being very concerned, like what I was saying before, like really valuing nature a lot more. A lot of news about global changing, a lot of news about the ozone layer. Then we're going to be having, a lot of fake parks, artificial parks everywhere, like being very obsessed with having nature everywhere in whatever form we can. Then we like the good thing is that plant medicine is going to be like a big hit. We're going to have like new medicine, also new technological upgrades, like crazy new technological upgrades that help us with health. Like I feel the health industry is also going to be expanding a lot more, which is also very good because we're going to be like a lot more conscious about health and the healing of certain health issues before they happen. It's like genetically modified. The gene modification is going to be a big boom that is going to be in crescendo, especially the next couple of years. Then everything that has to do with sensual and sexual experiences, a lot of people opening up to crazy new sexual experiences, so that is fun. Then I feel like also banks are going to like create new crypto coins, or countries creating new currencies. Then I feel a lot to do with territories and like fighting for territories, and maybe like discovering a place that like nations can be fighting over. I don't watch the news really, so I really don't know. I just hear the news from people that send me news, like, wow, this is something that you talked about, or this is something that is similar to what you talked about, or whatever. Then in an individual level, it's an acceleration of radical changes this month of July. It can already be starting close to the 5th of July, which is like a massive universe push with Mars entering Taurus, which is activating all the Taurus vibe, activating Earth, earthquakes, all that stuff. It's the month, July and August, for sure. Anyway, new substances, it's a time to be very cautious about what we take, what we put in our bodies. I feel like there's a lot of new drugs and new things that can be manufactured and artificially manufactured, so that you have awakening experiences, because a lot of people are going to be looking for so many exciting situations and so many new things, like there's this sense of wanting to live a new life from scratch and wanting to experience everything to the max. Like, since Taurus has to do with the energy of senses, people are going to have their senses highlighted, and it also has to do a lot with the possibility of creating or like having like a lot of drug situations and plant medicines, plant ceremonies, so that you get to this crazy heightened state, because consciously or unconsciously, everyone is going to be looking for awakening experiences. This is a time also to be very aware of your energy, because we're going to be acting, all humans pretty much, we're going to be acting so hectic, so crazy, so unpredictable, that it's also a time, like if you use the car a lot, or if you're like not very in tune with yourself, I would watch out for little accidents or little situations that can happen only because your energy is acting out from a crazy space. So let's try to use all this crazy energy that we're going to be acting as to channel it into creating a new experience consciously for ourselves, because at the end of the day, all this is happening for the North Node in Taurus, for our opening to a new dimension, to a new altered reality or altered state where we can learn to integrate Taurus, pleasure, joy, excitement, value, self-worth, abundance into our lives so that we can enjoy being human without all the trauma. But if you don't know how to live that way, so many things are going to happen so that you learn to enjoy. So this month of July can be extremely fun and extremely exciting, but at the same time, it's going to be extremely bumpy because we have so much to learn, and it's an acceleration of lessons. It's an acceleration of events that are going to teach us lessons on how to live to our fullest potential and how to live to our most sense of abundance. So a lot of people are going to be acting very risky or taking a lot of risks, or there can be like a massive crash of the stock market, so that then there's like how does it called, a roller coaster. But it's a very fun month. It's a month of everything new, innovations, tech innovations, like, and so many news about new things happening that is like, wow, what's going on? But there's so much happening, and I'm doing things that I have never done before, and it's so fun, but it's so scary and so crazy. And yeah, nature is going to be acting crazy, but we are warned. We know it's coming. It's definitely a very fun month if we know how to take advantage of it, and if we're open to the lessons, if we're open to the information, if we're open to evolve, to grow, and to understand the energy of Taurus, which is a beautiful energy. But let's try to take advantage of it with a lot of consciousness, acting consciously into doing things that are very new to us, that are very scary, but I know that I'm going to see a new aspect of myself that I haven't seen before. So let's stick with that. Let's stick with that fun and this new and this exciting. If I think of anything else, I'll do another video, but I feel that everything that's coming is very good for us as a collective, because it's going to get us into a place of more generosity, of giving a lot more to each other, understanding that we're in this together and not apart from each other. And I feel it has to do a lot with things that are happening in nature that are beyond our control, that are going to bring us humans and communities together so that we can give each other nurture, love, abundance, pleasure, tenderness, which is the energy of Taurus. I hope this helps you a lot, and I hope you have a beautiful month of July. At the end of the month, we're going to have a beautiful new moon in Leo, which is a beautiful time to celebrate and start new projects and start a new identity of yourself. Really open up to exciting, really open up to understanding who you want to be, what you want to be, and what you want to experience in this lifetime. Oh, my love.